What is up, everybody? I hope you guys are all having a great Tuesday. I hope you guys all had a safe and happy 4th of July if you were celebrating as well. I had a comment on a recent video to stick to a couple of topics, so maybe I'll try to do that during this video. Let me know what you guys think, but I'm going to stick to kind of what's going on with the Arab Monetary Fund, with this Buna platform, as well as, potential signs that the bottom may already be in this market. It will be interesting to watch what happens with the dollar, etc. as well. I know that that's a very polarizing topic right now. So I want to start with this. The United Arab Bank today announced that they are going live with the Arab Monetary Fund's Buna platform. Now, the Buna platform, which you'll learn more about here in a second, is the first Arab regional payment system allowing the use of Arab currencies as well as settlement currencies alongside other international currencies. And the platform provides UAB with modern payment solutions that comply with international standards and principles / international compliance requirements. Now, you will see that these standards and principles very, very much so deal with blockchain as well. But I wanted to kind of give this shout real quick as well. The Arab Monetary Fund naming RippleNet back in March of this year as a potential alternative solution in adopting CBDCs that don't directly have to reach out and touch CBDCs. But we can see, if we look back in time, the Arab Monetary Fund had this project, I think it is Fiori. Yeah, so this is the Arab Monetary Fund utilizing RippleNet for financial inclusions. This is from Matthew Lany. Certainly recommend giving Matt a follow on Twitter. Financial inclusion in the tech-led globalization age. Now, this was about 2 years ago. But, we consistently see these things kind of coming to fruition over time. So I'm going to use this as a reference point. From cross-border retail payment standpoint and prospects for the Arab region. Now, this Buna platform is dealing in multiple different things. The key objectives are to increase efficiency of cross-border payments, reduce transaction duration, decrease liquidity requirements, aka Nostro Vostro, and reduce banks' costs associated with existing channels. Enhance and standardize level of compliance, enhance the level of central bank oversight, ensure minimal disruption to market participants. What's interesting, if you read through the documentation here, is I think they mention Ripple like 20 or 30 times. They mention XRP like 4 or 5 times as well within this document. But if we look right within this document here, we always talk about this 2024 to 2026 timeframe, right? This is talking about disruptive technologies such as blockchain right within this initiative, being estimated to further bring down the global bank's operational costs by 30 to 70% by 2025. Further, it is estimated that 10% of the global GDP, gross domestic product, will be stored on blockchain technology by 2025. The banking sector witnessing an unprecedented transformation in the payment systems landscape. This is one of the reasons that they are regulating right now, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly, talking about this second model that they're utilizing, or saying that could be utilized, which is Ripple's DLT-based solution. This was then called XRapid. We know that that's been rolled into RippleNet. Utilizing the crypto asset XRP to enable remittance services providers to lower foreign exchange costs and ensure faster settlement. Alternatively, remittance service providers can utilize or access the crypto asset or payments tokens through wallets from which money is transferred, etc., etc., etc. So kudos to Matthew Lany. I think I caught this maybe a couple of weeks after him here. This is, I think, the same document. But this is certainly that Fiori initiative. The full document, I believe, is right here. And you can see that it's tied in very much so with this Buna platform. Hang on one second here. Yeah, the publication has been developed in the framework of the Financial Inclusion for the Arab Region Initiative, or aka Fiori, takes place in the context of the launch of this Buna platform. So the launch of this Buna platform. And when it talks about updated tech allowing for Arab currencies as settlement currencies alongside other international currencies, I mean, we know where kind of all this goes. Similar to what the Bank of England has said, I don't know if Buna is built on top of DLT, but the Bank of England's renewed real-time gross settlement system certainly interoperates with it, etc. And last but not least, within this segment, regulatory policy frameworks for the UAE. This is a 2021 annual report. This just got released, I think, recently. And what we see down here is definitely talking about crypto. So develop an activity-based approval regime for other retail payment activities such as payment card issuing, merchant acquiring, and cryptocurrency-related activities, allowing the CBUAE to, or the Central Bank of the UAE, to regulate such activities in a proper manner. All right, and I did want to get into this as well. So this news came out today. This is from New York Times saying that crypto crashed and Wall Street won. We can see, Bitcoin hints at the bottom, but it may be different this time as far as Bloomberg, what Bloomberg is talking about. And they're certainly talking recession. They're talking about the dollar index as well. My opinion is, given all of the historical context and signals within Bitcoin, without looking at anything else that's going on in the world, and I know that sometimes we have to look at all the other things that are going on in the world, but if you're just looking at price action and just looking at historical indicators, the market has bottomed. Bitcoin has bottomed. I've started slowly entering back into the market. I think I posted maybe a couple of weeks ago, picked up some Quant, picked up some Immutable X, picked up some LCX. Not financial advice, obviously. Still looking at, making some entry points into things like Zinfin. Oh, I picked up some Songbird as well. But there's assets that I'm starting to enter into at this point in time. And my reasoning is this. Look, if I zoom out, regardless of what's going on with the global economy right now, how much further is this market really going to crash? The total market cap of cryptocurrencies, sitting at, where is it at right now? Hold on. Sitting right around like 500 some billion dollars. It has to be more than that. Oh, this is excluding Bitcoin. So excluding Bitcoin, sitting around 500 some billion dollars right now. If we were to exclude Bitcoin, where is this really going to drop to? If we do crash, further than previous all-time high, the next level is probably going to be that $350 billion range. The furthest level down that I could imagine this market getting to without Bitcoin, and that's just saying remove Bitcoin entirely from the discussion, is like 230 billion. For me, we're at that point right now where I don't really care. I would rather just start making small entry points that I'm willing to hold for long term. But if you look at the Bitcoin price action, even the 210, and this is on the weekly chart, we are underneath the 210 moving average right now, and on the weekly, and historically, this is pretty much where the market bottoms every cycle. We may wick below. We may sit underneath it right now. Obviously, now it is being held as resistance. This is going to act as a level of resistance. These log growth curves are going to act as a level of resistance. But when the narrative, and this is just my opinion, across the mass populace starts being we're going to drop much, much further down, I have to start trying to be the contrarian a little bit and be like, okay, I'm going to start entering a little bit into this market. That's not to say that it can't go down further. It certainly can. But if you look historically just at price action and price action alone, in my opinion, based on what I'm looking at, the market is bottom. Now, looking at what's going on with the dollar index as far as the strength there, obviously when the dollar goes up against all the other currencies, you can still look at Bitcoin and crypto as well, and the dollar gains strength. Crypto doesn't do so hot, right? But it'll be interesting to watch play out. Even looking at something like XRP right now, this long-term channel that XRP's been in since 2014 got broken to the downside. So I would have to consider, this will be a level of resistance for us to break up above. And right now, this is sitting right at like 75 cents, somewhere around there. I do think we'll break back above this again. We'll get back into this channel, but just to give you some context, I mean, if I put this channel, the bottom of this channel as resistance out until, let's say, September 2023, it's $1.89 XRP. If I'm going by historical price action within XRP versus the dollar, when we get back into this channel, where could we peak out? Maybe if we don't go parabolic, but we just normally peak out like we did in 2021. January 2024 would put an XRP price at $18. I do think that we'll break back above this bottom channel trend line here. Given how much time it is, who knows? But it will be interesting to watch. These are levels of support. These are levels of resistance that I'm watching. I'm certainly watching the dollar index as well. And this is the total crypto market cap. So sitting at like, $893 billion right now. So if we were to break down below this, and this is just touching on the wick, we're holding support at the wick of the previous all-time high, right? If we have a candle body close below this, we're certainly going to probably go to this $540 billion range for all of crypto. Will we get there? I don't know, but we don't normally, I don't know. I just think that there's so much rhetoric right now that we're going to go so much lower. And even if we do go lower, for me, I'm willing to make some entry points right now. And if we go lower, I'll just continue dollar cost averaging into some of these utility assets. Again, that's not financial advice. It's just my opinion. But even if you look at the 21 EMA and the 50 EMA, the 50 EMA historically has marked the bottom. We wicked below it in 2019 here. We wicked below it, and this is the monthly chart. So, larger time frames have more power, obviously, more data points. March of 2020, we wicked below it. We had a full candle body close, well, not a full candle, but a candle body close below it just last month. And now we are, we'll be tackling this as a level of resistance. Certainly, we'll be tackling the 21 EMA eventually again. And, nothing goes straight up, nothing goes straight down. We need a little bit of an accumulation period, I would think. But, I don't know. How much lower can we really go? It'll be interesting to watch. This is just my opinion. I know my opinion is different than 90%, 99% probably of the people that are on crypto Twitter right now, and it is what it is. But and I could be wrong, certainly. But these are the things that I'm watching, and certainly paying attention to all these things that are going on as far as these banking organizations are concerned, because I believe that they're going to regulate for the utilization of crypto for payments and settlements for those assets that can facilitate those utilities much earlier than they regulate for things like NFT, whatever NFT representations are, or DAO aspects. Stable coins obviously they're going to get regulated very quickly as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you when I talk to you. Thanks. Bye.